you? Are you excited for today?
I'm excited. Wait for everyone to get here so we can get the show on the road.
Yes. We're pretty excited.
Yes, yes, yes.
Stay tuned, guys.
We have a few guest speakers. We have Councilwoman Donna Diaz, Alex Turner, financial coach. The performance is by Lani Luv, and the final remarks from the founder, Cynthia. We have gift bags for the moms and the kids. We have refreshments, sodas, water. The rest of it is great. We have some house rules. Please maintain 6 feet distance from each other. Please use sanitizer. It's on the table. They have the Clorox wipes over there also. If you take off your mask, make sure you're not near anyone. Keep your mask on. Ground rules. Please stay in the reserved area. Because I don't think they want us to be wandering around here. Just stay in this vicinity until it's over. Okay? Any questions? Once the councilwoman arrives, I will introduce her and then we can start, okay?
Thank you, Renee.
You're welcome.
And if you would have been waiting up until 5, and I didn't think that was fair to you. But as a single mother where she comes from, and knowing the struggles, we had to come and just give word. So on behalf of this great organization and her staff, can we put our hands together for what they've done? We can do better than that now. We can do better than that now. That's right. That's right. You know, it speaks volumes how women stick together. And as the councilwoman, you know, she wears many hats. As the chair of gender and equity, a new position she has taken on. She doesn't just take on the problems of her district, but she takes on the problems of the city on behalf of women and gender all over New York City. And we have a lot of issues as young women. And I just want to give you her slight bio. Dharma was married in a very early age. Her husband died, but after her husband died and she became a widow, she shared that she was in a very abusive relationship. Very abusive. To this day, that, you know, she's just said to me, you know, I think I need to go and have my hearing tested because I think one time while he hit me, I might have lost my hearing. So, you know, in saying that, she devoted her life to public service, being advocates for those that couldn't speak for themselves. And one of the things that she started, she was the district leader first before coming to councilwoman, and prior to that, she worked for a New York State Assembly person. And then her desires was to run for office, and she ran, but she wasn't successful. So she ran, she didn't have the support, and she got a little discouraged. So she took on a position with the Department of Homeless Services, and she worked for a non-for-profit organization, which she was the case manager, supervisor at a shelter. So she was very passionate. She stayed there 12 years until December 2nd, when she was sworn in this December as the first Latino woman councilperson of the 37th Council District. And one of the things that she takes with her is the experience of being in a shelter, a single woman, and knowing the needs. And that's something that's very dear to her. So if you ever have the time, when she's chairing meetings, please jump on, and you will see her passion. I tell her all the time, me and Dharma, we've been friends. I want to say that's my bestie. I'm her chief of staff, and we came up in this game together. She worked for the assemblyman, and I worked for the congressman. The assemblyman and the congressman was father and son. So he was the state assemblyman and the father was the congressperson. I worked for him for 25 years. And after he retired, I vowed to run for office and she vowed. But our promise to one another was whoever made it first, I would either be her chief of staff or she would be mine. And guess what? Dharma won.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm her chief of staff. So, you know what? Dreams do come true. And I didn't have it easy. A single mother of twin boys, raised in Tompkins houses, went back to school at 40 years old because I was dyslexic. I found out I was dyslexic through my son. My son had problems and I realized because I was an advocate, my boss hired me with any education. And as he was retiring, he said, Karen, you have great skills, but I need you to go back to school. So I went back at 40 years old. I got my GED, that's right, at 40.
Woo.
Then I pursued and I went and I got my associates. And about, I want to say at 48, I received my, I'm 3 credits away. And I have to say I have to get on myself because I have to go back. I'm 3 credits away from getting my bachelor's degree. Okay?
Woo!
And I'm 56 years old today.
Yes!
All along, Dharma was going to school and she was getting her, she was going, you gotta go back to school. You gotta go back to school. I was like, I'm gonna go. But sometimes, and why I'm sharing this story is we take care of everybody else but ourselves. So I need to say to you, what are you doing for you? It's good to help, but you can't help yourself if you can't help yourself. So always remember, I don't care how old you get, I don't care what the situation is, remember, there's great plans for you, and you have to be able to make the decision what you want for you. Okay? I'm a witness. I am the councilwoman's chief of staff. Yes, I'm her bestie, but we stand for excellence and we know what we've been through. You know, as single mothers, it's not easy. People tell you it's easier being said than done. So on that note, I don't want to bore you. If there's any questions, I have my card, I have her card, and I want you to know, even though we're all the way in Brooklyn, our office is always available. Sometimes the schedule does get mixed up, but we'll fix it, okay? So on behalf of Councilwoman Dharma Diaz, it is a pleasure and an honor to stand before you women and know that one day I look to see you with a mic in your hand, sharing to someone else what we will be doing.
Yes! Woo! Thank you.
I want to say thank you to all the single mothers because you guys are so hard for me and I have one of my own. And I just want to say thank you and I appreciate everybody who had me. So let's start.
Yay!
What is the rain? Lani Luv, this is my name. Please don't show no hate. Just use your brain. Hey, quit complaining, girl. Your clothes are overrated. Looking for money, that's what I'm getting. You know, my fashion sense is pretty good. Lean, ooh, ice, yeah, that's my fashion sense. Green, check up, oh. Woo! That's the thing, summer clean. Fashion over yet. Gucci, come up and see how that movement is a check. Balenciaga, don't get in the bottom. On my head. Fashion says you hating on me, I go tell your mom. Versace. What do you mean? What you say? The love is alive. This is my chain, there is no pain. What is the brain? Waiting on Lani Luv, this is my name. Please don't show no hate. Let's use your brain. Hey, quit complaining, girl. Your clothes are overrated. Look at the money, that's what I'm getting. Hey, that's my fashion sense. Green chicken text. Fashion over, yes. Gucci come out the tea Prada movement. There's a check. Bling bling. Ice. That's my fashion sense. Green green. Check a check. It's our Echo X. That's the green summer green. Fashion over, yes. Gucci come out the tea Prada movement. There's a check. Bling
Bling.
Ice. Yeah. That's my fashion sense. Green green. Check a check. It's our Echo X. That's the green summer green. Fashion over, yes. Gucci come out the tea Prada movement. There's a check. Bling bling. Yeah, green, green, summer green, bling, bling, green, green, summer green, yeah. I got all the fashion sense. Put that right in your head. Put that right in your head. Put that right in your head. I got that rollie on my wrist. Put that right in your head. I got that rollie on my wrist. Gucci bands on my neck. I got all the fashion sense. Put that right in your head.
Is a financial coach who helps you budget, crush debt with confidence, and help guide you towards financial freedom. He cleared $47,000 of debt in 27 months. That's very, very, very impressive. Give it up for you, Mr. Alex Turner.
Yeah.
He has turned his whole financial situation around. His goal is to help others find financial freedom and peace in their financial situation. So give it up for Mr. Turner.
Woo.
Hi everybody, how y'all doing? Good. Nice to meet you. I'm going to start by telling y'all a story about a time my mother inspired me. I remember when I was in junior high school, one thing they always do, they tend to provide for your every need. And I remember there was a pair of sneakers I wanted, and I wanted them bad. They were $200, and at the time my mother had a budget. It was $100 for sneakers. Anything past, I wasn't going to have it. So, I remember waiting at home for my mom. She was working a double shift this particular day, so I had to wait till maybe 11 o'clock. She's a nurse, so I had to wait till 11 o'clock. I waited up till she got home, and when she got home, I ran up to her. "Ma, how was your day?" Trying to skip through the pleasantries to really get where I was trying to go. And I told her the pair of sneakers I wanted. I told her how much they cost, and I told her I needed the money on Saturday. So, she looked at me and, she was just kind of sad. And, I was in junior high school. I didn't really understand money. I didn't know. I just know mommy give me what I want. When, sometimes, not all the time. But, she just became a little bit sad. And I think that was the first time that I started to understand that he wasn't rich and he didn't really have it. I think if she wanted to, she would have got me anything I wanted. But what I started to understand was that she did the best thing she could. I think that was the first moment where I truly started to realize she was doing the best she could with me. But it inspired me. It made me want to go get for myself. It was the first time in my life I said to myself, if mom can't get it, I got to go get it myself. So, from then on, I guess that was really the start of my journey with finances. I started bagging groceries at the supermarket downstairs from where I was to earn the extra money. And lucky for me, the supermarket was literally next to my building, so it was all my neighbors that shopped there. So they saw a little Alex, at the supermarket bagging groceries, fives, some singles here and there. It didn't take me but 3 days to get the money to get the sneakers. But the lesson I learned there was, again, my mom was doing the best she could. It took me a moment to say to myself, you got to take it to the next step. So, again, I'm constantly inspired by mom. So, mothers, they do the most with the least. They're very determined, often selfless, and they have a strength that they can't even measure. They teach us things. They teach us how to love. They teach us how to fold our clothes. They even teach us how to wipe our butt when we're little. But a mother can't teach what she doesn't know. It's very difficult. And I had to learn some hard lessons on my own that my mother couldn't teach me, mainly surrounding finances. I hit a low point maybe 6 years ago, and that low point for me was being completely broke. I had a lot of money in student loans, maybe around $47,000. I had credit card debt up to my eyeballs. I was living in an apartment that I could not afford. terrible spending habits on top of that. A few years of living that way, I reached my peak where I would get my paycheck and I would have roughly $70 left, if that, on most days. And it was horrible. I felt stressed. I even went to my mother crying about it, literally crying about it, because I was overwhelmed and I didn't know what to do. And when I thought about it, I realized I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about how to manage money. I knew a checking account, I knew a savings account, I know a credit card you can swipe, that's it. I didn't know anything past that. And I realized how much it was hurting me up to this point. Because that's the thing, finances are not optional, they're mandatory. No matter what it is you do for a living, no matter how it is you earn your money, it's mandatory. Especially for women of color. Census data tells that black women earn 69.5% and Hispanic women own 60% of what their Caucasian male counterparts make. What do y'all think about that?
Not good.
And what does that mean to you? That's the real question. What it means to me is that what you do with your money matters more than everybody else. Because on average you have less of it. So you have to make better decisions than people who have more of it in order to get ahead. And the wage story is just as unequal for single mothers. They make less than married men, they make less than single women, and they also make less than women without children. So again, what does this mean to me? This means that what you do with your money matters more than everybody else. Single mothers face a lot of barriers in wealth creation. A ton of barriers. Some of them making people feel hopeless. Poverty rates are higher for single mothers of color compared to white single mothers and for two-parent households. Hispanic and African American single mothers have poverty rates of 50% and 47% respectively, when the national poverty rate is 15%. That's why I decided to become a financial coach. Lower wages are another problem among single mothers. They prevent people from participating in asset building activities, such as saving and simply contributing to your 401k. It's hard to do that when you don't have much money left over at the end of your check. So my mom taught me everything she could. Two lessons that she taught me that I didn't even use properly until some years ago about money. One was save. She knew that by not owing anyone, it would do two things. It wouldn't allow someone to have leverage over you, and also it won't cost you more of your paycheck consistently paying somebody interest. And as a single mother, one of the questions you have to ask yourself is, what kind of lessons about money will you teach to your kids? That's why I challenge you all to make yourself a student of finance. Because again, it's not optional, it's mandatory, no matter how you choose to make it. So my goal as a financial coach is to educate, to empower, and to encourage people to make better decisions with their money. In the last 5 years, I've managed to raise my net worth $250,000. And not because I'm making some money, or not because I'm making some, not because I have vesting a priority, and I made my family's financial future a priority. And that required a lot of sacrifice. So I'll come to you all today. I'll make sure I hand each and every one of you a card, and anybody's interested in learning. I have a wealth of knowledge and information. I would love to work with all of you to help increase your financial situation. I do want to leave you all with 4 particular things that you all can do today to start moving your financial future in the right direction. So 4 takeaways I want you guys to leave with today. 1, know your net worth. Get a piece of paper and sit down and write out all the money you expect to spend that month. Start with the larger bills, rent, car notes, utilities. Write them all down. And I want you to write the amount next to it that you expect to receive that month. When you total up that number, you subtract it from what you have coming in that month, you're going to get a number. And that number is the difference. That difference is what you can use to start your savings, to start to pay off debt, but it's basically where you can start to make a difference in your life. That gap between what you owe and what you have coming in. So I strongly recommend everybody sit down and create a number. when you make your budget, you might find that you're spending a little too much in certain categories. It's an opportunity to figure out how to address that. I know for me, and like a lot of other people, the two things you can spend a lot of money on, takeout, Uber Eats, Seamless. I gotta tell y'all, this is luxury food. And also cabs. You know, I know it's a pandemic. I'm not trying to encourage anybody to be safe, but I know those were two of the spending areas that when I put them in check, I felt like I found extra money in my paycheck to start to address the more pressing things. So it's something I encourage you to think about. A third, build an emergency fund. The average American does not have $400 available if something happens to you. I'm not making this up. The average American does not have $400. Now this emergency fund, when I say emergency, I don't mean emergency vacation. I don't mean emergency pants sneakers came out. I don't mean emergency Beyonce tickets. I'm talking about life-altering things that happen, that occur, that we need to address. There's a lot of people sitting in jail right now, not because they're guilty, not because they're innocent, because they don't have the money to bail themselves out. And it might not be you, but it might be somebody close to you that you might wish you had that money available for. So I tell everybody, strive to have at least $1,000 available. $1,000. And if that requires you sacrificing, cutting back on your now, maybe not going out to have that $1,000, there's an empowerment that comes along with that $1,000. Knowing that anything below that amount pop up is no longer an emergency. It's an inconvenience. Take that with you. The fourth and final thing I'll recommend to everybody here to take with you, pay off your credit cards. It's one of the easiest ways to save yourself money. Credit card interest will eat up parts of your paycheck that it shouldn't have to. The fact is, anything that you charge on your credit card, you can save up for and pay in cash. Correct?
Yes.
And maybe sometimes the question we should be asking ourselves is not, do I need this now? It's, do I need this at all? I know I find myself impulse shopping from time to time. It was one of the things that I had to put in check when I wanted to have some extra money. So there's only two positions you can be in with your credit card. You can pay your balance off every month, at which point you won't be paying interest, but it still does encourage you to spend and incentivize you with points program. On the other half, you can carry a revolving balance, in which case, if you check your statement, 15 to 20% of what you owe, you'll be charged with every single month. And again, they didn't get up, they didn't come to your job, they didn't clock in, they didn't do none of the work, they don't deserve none of your paychecks. Our paycheck is our most powerful wealth building tool. I want to thank y'all. I hope y'all gain something from this. I hope to meet all of you. I have plenty of business cards on me. And if you'd like to meet with me one-on-one, my website is alexfinancenyc.com. You can go on there, book a free consultation. I'd love to talk to you. Any questions you have. Thank y'all.
You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe. B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? Stop in front of me, ha ha ha. If you don't like me, nah nah. Wish it was all of you. Ha ha ha. Like it's Kizzi, knock me out like sleeping. Trying to see in the deep end. Shine on me, I'm beaming. I leave my head on steaming. Thinking now we're teaming. But listen to me, I'm bleeding. Next on me like demons. Get on my knees, I'm weeping. Like I use the teeth, I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? Making a move with the valley, saying that I know they love me, but they love to hate me. Industry stab me, but they love run away. I know they can't run in my race, back up, get up on my face. Yeah, I got confidence, they can't be in my place. And I believe in myself, try to tease, I can't tell. They cannot go bring my belt, it's secure, get out your shell. I don't help, I don't help. I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe, you believe, B-E-L-I-E-V-E. You know that I am the G, just making sure. Do you believe? I believe. I believe, yeah.
So that you believe? Yay!
Thank you guys so much for having me here. Please follow me on Instagram at Nia_Leica, and please follow our YouTube at Nia Leica. Thank you.
A bachelor's degree in criminal justice and a master's degree in public administration. Give it up for her.
Yes.
She began her blog in 2016 and built up a following of women needing empowerment. Now a single mom herself. She hopes to break this generational cycle through her faith in God. After the success of her blog, she was inspired and with the need of a non-profit organization. She strongly believes that no experience in your life will be wasted. She put in hard work and effort in order to create Hope Deferred Incorporated. Hope Deferred Incorporated is a non-profit organization. She hopes will help inspire women to live a better life. Give it up for my friend, co-worker, girl, Cynthia Monto.
Yeah!
I am the founder of this nonprofit. Nonprofit's name is Hope Deferred. So this nonprofit serves single moms who need assistance, not just physical or emotional support. And thank you to the team of volunteers. Everything together, and I really appreciate your help. Lori also, she's going to say hi, Lori. Thank you. Thank you to Board of Directors, Natasha. I want to say thank you also to Natasha who has a clothing line.
Woo!
We also want to say thank you also to Kizzi. Hi, Kizzi. Hi, Kizzi. Thank you as well to her. And, you know, I'm so happy to be here because I've actually been under the weather. On antibiotics now. It's not home. I'm like, God, there's no way we're going to put this together for me not to show up. So I just want to say thank you to God. You deserve it. And Lord, you deserve it because of him.
Amen.
It's a vessel being used. And I want to say thank you to our speaker, Alex, for coming out. He comes out to all of our events to share his information. And I pray that you guys just took a lot of that in because it's very important as single moms, as a mom in general, for you to take care of your finances, but as a single mother, because your kids only have you. And it doesn't matter if you have a little bit of money or a lot of money. It's good for you to be able to be a good steward of that from now. I want to say thank you also to Karen Cherry for coming out on behalf of the councilwoman, and just giving that information. I'm just appreciative of that. And I want to say thank you as well to New York City Mamas Give Back. Let's just give them a round of applause because every gift bag has been specially made for your child. And they're all brand new items, clothes, toys, and they were all donated by New York City Mamas Give Back. So I want to give them a big, big, big thank you. I want to say thank you to Pizza Hut. They donated 10 boxes of pizza. So I want to say thank you to Pizza Hut. And I want to just say, what else I want to say? I just can't wait for you guys to get the items. Each gift bag for the moms was put together all by me. I own every item in that bag. So I wanted you to have not Oprah's favorite things, but Cynthia's favorite things. So I want you to know that they're all great items I put together. Target's help sponsor the event. And you're all going to leave here with great items for you to take care of you, because if you don't take care of us, we can't take care of the baby and everyone else. Okay? And I want to say thank you to all the volunteers that came out to support as well, just to help out. Thank you so much. Because of you, all of this was able to be, able to happen. I want to thank you to Lani Luv and Beatrice, my mom, for coming out. Thank you so much for your performance. And I hope you pay attention to the lyrics. I love the song Believe. I actually was playing that at my house and I was bumping it. My kids were like, Mom, what is that? Who is that? I'm like, you don't worry about that. And just to believe in yourself. That it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter where you are right now. Right? Just like you heard the council with the chief of staff say that at one point in time, I'm flying. And she was going through a hard time. She was like, I was going through a hard time myself as a single mother. And that's the reason why I started, because I can really relate to what we all go through emotionally, mentally, and physically. So I want to tell you, just keep pushing yourself, keep believing in yourself. And I also went back to school myself. And I just, my graduation is next month. I graduated with my master's. So, she did. So it's possible. Anything is possible. And the Word of God tells you that anything is possible to him or she that believes. So with God, with faith, hard work, you can come out of any situation. Okay? So that's all we've got for today. We're gonna hang out some more, and then we're gonna give out the items. Give us a moment. We have everything specially made with the ages and everything. So we're gonna make sure everyone leaves here with something. Okay? Thank you so much. God bless.
God bless. Great. Amazing.
I just wanted to pray for all of the single mothers out there who are trying their best for their children and who are providing for their children and who work hard they just work hard for everyone and all their children. And I just wanted to thank you. So please accept this prayer. Jesus, Lord, thank you for mothers. If we didn't have mothers and also single mothers, we wouldn't be able to take care of ourselves and we wouldn't be able to provide for ourselves. Without mothers or single mothers, we wouldn't have anybody to share our feelings with or nobody to hug and care for. Jesus, Lord, thank you. Thank you for the land, thank you for our grandma, thank you for our grandfather, thank you for everything. But today is a day that we have to celebrate our moms. Because just like on Mother's Day, we celebrate how they provide